Scene script. Have you ever wondered why life throws curveballs at you? Life, my friend, is a vast, unpredictable ocean, and we are but sailors navigating its tumultuous waves. Sometimes these waves take the form of challenges. Challenges, those unwelcome guests that knock on our door uninvited, bringing with them a whirlwind of emotions, financial pressure, or even family issues. But have you ever considered that these challenges, as daunting as they may seem, are not here to break us, but to mold us, to strengthen us? They are our personal trainers, pushing us to our limits, revealing to us the depth of our strength and the extent of our potential. Imagine climbing a mountain. The ascent is steep, the path treacherous, and the air thin. With every step, you question your ability to go on. Yet, it is only when you reach the summit that you realize the grandeur of the journey. Every rock you slipped on, every breath you struggled for, they were all part of a grand design to bring you to the top, to a vista that was worth every hardship. Just as a diamond is formed under immense pressure, we too are shaped by our challenges. They are the grist for the mill of our personal development, the raw materials that life uses to sculpt us into better versions of ourselves. Think of the greatest figures in history, the inventors, the leaders, the artists. They all had one thing in common: they faced challenges, yet they didn't crumble under their weight. Instead, they used them as stepping stones to reach heights of success that were previously unimaginable. So the next time life throws a curveball at you, remember that it's not here to defeat you, but to teach you, to push you, to help you grow. Embrace it, learn from it, rise above it. Remember, it's not about the problem, but how we respond to it that matters. Ever heard of the term emotional warrior? Let's dive into the inspiring journey of an individual who was once entangled in the thorny vines of emotional distress, yet managed to slice through them and emerge victorious. This person, let's call them Alex, is no superhero, no mythical creature, but an ordinary human being just like you and me. Alex's life was a whirlwind of emotions, a tempest that threatened to consume them. They struggled with anxiety, depression, and a myriad of other emotional issues. It felt like a dark, never-ending tunnel with no light in sight. But instead of succumbing to the overwhelming darkness, Alex chose to fight, to become an emotional warrior. Alex's determination was like a steady flame, flickering but never extinguishing. They understood that their emotional distress was a battle, and they were the warrior. In every warrior's journey, there are weapons of choice. For Alex, these weren't swords or shields but strategies of resilience, self-care, and seeking help. Resilience became Alex's armor, the very thing that protected them from the onslaught of negative emotions. They realized that it was okay to experience these emotions, that it was part of being human. Instead of running from them, they learned to accept and process them, understanding that emotions, both good and bad, are fleeting. Self-care was Alex's sword, a tool that they wielded to carve out moments of peace and tranquility amidst the storm. This included simple things like taking a walk in nature, meditating, or even just enjoying a cup of hot chocolate. It was these small acts of kindness towards themselves that gave Alex strength. And then, there was seeking help, Alex's shield. They understood that no warrior fights alone. Alex sought help from professionals, friends, and family, learning that it's okay to lean on others when things get tough. Through determination, resilience, and the right strategies, Alex emerged from the emotional battlefield victorious, stronger, and more resilient than ever. They were an emotional warrior not because they were devoid of emotions, but because they learned to navigate them. Remember, it's not about never feeling distressed, it's about how you respond when distress comes knocking. They were an emotional warrior, and so can you be. Money can be a slippery slope, can it? Let's take a journey through the life of someone who knows this all too well, who has walked through the fire of financial crisis and emerged stronger than ever. Imagine being on the brink of ruin, feeling the weight of debt like a millstone around your neck. Picture the despair, the sleepless nights, the fear of not knowing how to feed your family or keep a roof over your head. This was the reality for our protagonist. But remember, like the phoenix, they rose from the ashes of their financial crisis. The journey was not easy. It was a path lined with sacrifice, resilience, and a relentless will to survive. They learned to cut back, to prioritize, to live frugally. They took on extra jobs, they sold possessions that once seemed indispensable. They learned the hard way that money was not the measure of their worth but merely a tool to navigate life's necessities. But they didn't stop there. They used their experience as a stepping stone, turning their adversity into an opportunity. They educated themselves about financial management, about savings and investments. They learned about the power of compound interest, the importance of a diverse portfolio, and the wisdom of living within one's means. The lessons they learned were invaluable. They realized the importance of an emergency fund, of having a cushion to fall back on. They discovered that being prepared for the unexpected could mean the difference between a minor setback and a major crisis. Through their journey, they became financially literate, financially independent. They turned their crisis into a triumph. Their story serves as a beacon of hope for those who are currently navigating the stormy seas of financial uncertainty. Their tale is a testament to the human spirit, a reminder that we can overcome even the most daunting challenges if we are willing to learn, adapt, and persevere. So, when you find yourself sliding down that slippery slope of financial instability, remember this journey. Remember that the path to triumph is often paved with trials and tribulations, and above all, remember, financial setbacks are not the end, but a new beginning. Is there anything more complex and yet beautiful than family relationships? Let's delve into the journey of James, a man who rose above the turmoil and managed to mend strained family ties. James was a typical middle-aged man with a loving wife, 2 adorable kids, and a strained relationship with his elder brother Tom. A single argument had created a chasm between the 2 brothers, a rift that spanned over a decade. James realized that the distance was not only affecting him, but also their families. So, he stepped up, deciding to confront the past, to bridge the gap that had loomed for so long. The first step was the hardest. He had to swallow his pride, to reach out to Tom and acknowledge the elephant in the room. The initial conversations were awkward, filled with years of pent-up resentment and unspoken grievances. But James persevered, fueled by the desire to heal their relationship. He was patient, allowing the healing process to take its own time. He listened more than he spoke, understanding that healing required empathy and patience. Along the journey, there were many challenges. Old wounds were reopened, harsh words were exchanged, and at times it felt as though the gap was widening instead of closing. But James held on, reminding himself and Tom of the bond they once shared, of the childhood memories that were too precious to be overshadowed by a single argument. Slowly but surely, the ice began to melt. The conversations became less about the past and more about the present. They started sharing their lives again, their hopes and dreams, their fears and worries. The connection was rekindled, and the estranged brothers found their way back to each other. In the end, reconciliation was not about who was right or wrong. It was about understanding, forgiveness, and the willingness to move forward together. It was a testament to the power of love and resilience, a reminder that it's possible to mend even the most strained relationships. It's never too late to mend bridges and heal relationships. So, what can we learn from these inspiring stories? In our journey through life, we are often met with trials and tribulations. These challenges, whether they be emotional struggles, financial crises, or family disputes, are not roadblocks meant to deter us. Instead, they are opportunities for growth, learning, and personal development. Each one of them carries a lesson that can make us stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The stories we've shared today underline the power of challenge. They remind us that it's okay to feel emotionally distressed, to struggle financially, or to have family issues. What matters is not the problem itself, but how we respond to it. Our resilience, our determination, and our positive mindset are the tools we need to turn these struggles into stepping stones to success. Let's remember the emotional warriors we've talked about. Their strength and courage in the face of emotional distress are admirable. They didn't let their emotions dictate their lives. Instead, they used their emotions as a catalyst for change, for growth, and for self-discovery. They are living proof that it's okay to feel, and it's okay to seek help. We also discussed triumph over financial crisis. It's a common struggle that many of us face, but it's not a life sentence. With resourcefulness, resilience, and determination, we can overcome financial hardships. We can turn them into opportunities for financial growth and stability. Lastly, we looked at mending family ties. Family disputes can be painful, but they can also be the catalyst for stronger, healthier relationships. It's through these trials that we learn to communicate better, to understand more, and to love unconditionally. In conclusion, life's challenges are not meant to break us, but to make us. They are opportunities for growth, learning, and personal development. They are proof that we are capable of more than we think. Challenges are part of life, but remember, you have the power to overcome. You are stronger than you think.